Oh, no video.
All right. Okay, hi for anyone watching at home and not on here with us. My name's Alana, and I'm a fifth grade teacher, so I am off of school right now during this coronavirus pandemic, and I'm looking for ways to connect with other people. So I wanted to do some of these yoga mat card readings and meditation sessions. Just to offer a sense of community and some groundingness and presence for anyone that's feeling a little disconnected during these challenging times that we're going through right now. So I wanted to start out by saying happy spring. Today is the vernal equinox. So it's the first day of spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. And it's a typical rainy spring day outside here in Boston. So I've been kind of thinking about what qualities embody the spring. And for my reading today, I wanted to think about what kind of energy do we have to look forward to and to navigate through during this vernal equinox and the beginning of our spring season. So while I was shuffling my cards, I had a bunch just pop out of the deck at me, so I wanted to honor those cards. So to start, the first card that I pulled, this is the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, which is one of my absolute favorite decks. This first card that I pulled is the Five of Wands. So if you look at the symbols of this card, wands really represent the element of fire, and they're connected to just the things we're passionate about in life and where we put our energy and our enthusiasm. So to me, the Five of Wands, fives are really symbolic of a transition phase. They're kind of like you're halfway through something that you're going through, whether it's working toward a goal or a phase in your life. And the Five of Wands is kind of this scattered energy. And that's pretty relevant to what's going on, if you ask me, in the world right now. A lot of scattered energy around. People are kind of being spread thin, trying to get used to this new normal and trying to navigate how we're going to go about living our daily lives with these new routines that we have to put in place. To go along with that card, the Six of Swords also came out for me. So swords are related to the element of air. And air is really all about flexibility and our highest selves and the way that we think and process information. So this card to me kind of symbolizes that we're going to be out of the woods eventually. We're going to be okay in our mental planes and in our physical planes, but we are still kind of going through this rainstorm that's happening, even though there's a rainbow shining above us. So it's kind of about just accepting the process and accepting the place that you're in right now and continuing to work through those challenges and build your community, kind of try to lay your mind to rest with these cards that are these swords that are kind of down here in a pile. I almost feel like they're pieces of firewood stacked in a pile that are ready for some spark. They're ready to spark your thought. They're ready to spark your mental capacity in your mind. And we do have bright rainbows on the horizon, but we do have to endure the storm in order to get there, in order to get the rainbow. And then I also pulled out the Five of Pentacles. It pulled up as a reverse card, and some readers don't read cards reversed. I actually do, usually. I feel like this is pretty symbolic of our present state of being, at least for me and for a lot of people that I know. We're feeling a lack of grounding. We're feeling a little bit uncentered, imbalanced, and like there's a loss of some kind on the from the collective, really. So we're dealing with just all this uncertainty, loss of financial responsibility and financial security, and just excuse me, this overall feeling of collective grief right now with this uncertainty, and not really knowing where to go from there, or what's going to happen, is making kind of a lot of anxiety and fear for a lot of people right now. So being able to ground down within that, kind of pushing back against that, I feel like that's why this card came up in reverse for me, is just because we need to be aware of those feelings and having those fears and accept them and not deny them, but accept them and be true to their existence, but also push back against them a little bit and tell yourself that you have this ability to become stable and grounded even during this time of pain and grief. And the last card I pulled was the Four of Swords. I love the little lamb on this card. He's so sweet. So the Four of Swords is really, again, connected to your mental capabilities right now. So you can see the little lamb has this beautiful shining light coming from its third eye. So the third eye chakra is really all about using your intuition, using the universal knowing that you can tap into to, again, kind of hunker down and be still with what your intuition is telling you, and really be methodical in planning the next phases of your life right now. So opening up to that vision that all of us have and tapping into it, and allowing yourself to just trust without second guessing the messages that are coming to you. So kind of to think of all these cards on a whole, I'm really getting the sense that our spring, of course, with so many unknowns with the coronavirus and what's going on in our world right now, things for a little while are going to remain difficult. That's just unfortunately how it is. And we have to accept and kind of push past our anxiety right now and allow ourselves time to navigate these situations without overthinking them, without stressing, and without becoming too wrapped up in grief or fear, but with trying to stay present, with trusting our intuition, with bringing awareness to all of the things that we do have available to us and the ways that we are able to connect with people and connect back to ourselves. There's a lot of universal healing happening at the moment, even though there's a lot of universal pain happening at the moment. So, I'm seeing things online about the earth healing right now because people are not going on these long commutes and using as much gas and electricity and polluting our planet. And I think that this is a time of rebirth for ourselves within our own lives and our own journeys, as well as for our planet. So that is your yoga mat reading for today. And in connection with that reading, I actually wanted to get on my mat and do a meditation with you today. So our meditation is going to be a chakra cleanse, because I think it would be really good for us to just focus on transmuting all fear and negative and pent up energy that we might have, and releasing that energy into the earth and into the planet for our beautiful Mother Earth to transform back into love and light and positive energy, and really helping us ground down, especially on this beautiful equinox day where we have the capability of setting these new intentions and bringing positivity into our lives. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this meditation standing. However, you're invited to find a comfortable place however you want to enjoy the meditation. So you can do this lying down if you want to take a little bit of a Savasana right now. I would suggest however you find yourself sitting or lying or standing that your feet are on the floor. So I'm going to back up my camera a little bit here so you can see more of my mat. And if you are going to lie, I would just suggest bending your knees and planting your feet and then lying back. So you can really feel that your feet are grounding down into the mat. Otherwise, you can totally do this seated in a chair, or like I said, you can stand as well, which is what I'm going to do for this little meditation. So, let's see. Hopefully you can see me there. So I'm going to find my Tadasana and stand with my feet hips width distance apart. My feet are parallel here, and there's a bit of an external rotation in my thighs moving upward. So I'm carrying some of that energy up from the earth already and engaging my legs here. My tailbone is tucked, my core is nice and strong, and I'm going to bring my hands down at my sides and shine my palms toward the front of my space. And I'm going to lift my shoulders up toward my ears and then drop them down my back. So I'm standing nice and tall. And again, if you're standing for this as well, keep a little bit of a micro bend in your knees just to protect your knees here. And whether you're standing or lying or seated, begin to find the place you're going to work from and just begin to ground down and settle. So maybe you close your eyes, or maybe you find a place to gaze off into the distance or down at the ground, someplace you can kind of just zone out and be present. And we'll take a couple collective breaths just to center ourselves. So take a nice deep inhale, and then a big exhale out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose, filling up to the bottom of your belly. And exhale out through the mouth. One more time. Inhale deep into the belly. Feel your rib cage expanding. Feel your heart rising, your collarbones opening up. And then exhale, sigh it all out. And now we'll move into this chakra cleanse. So I'll invite you to bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly if that's comfortable. And bring your attention now to your feet and to your root chakra. So drawing energy up from the ground, feeling it work its way up to up your legs to your root chakra, which is at the very base of your spine, your very tailbone. The root chakra is a beautiful red color. So if your eyes are closed, maybe you can picture that bright, shining orb of red spiraling at the base of your spine. And picture little tendrils coming from that chakra, moving down your legs, rooting you to the earth, coming out through the bottom of your feet, grounding down into the earth. Feel yourself connecting to our Mother Earth, connecting to the planet, connecting to every other living being on the planet. The root chakra is where we find our home within ourselves. It's where we are centered, where we find security. So if you're feeling any imbalance in that chakra, notice that and accept it. without judgment, and allow any of that negativity, any fear to fall away down through the bottom of your feet, letting go into the earth. Bringing your attention now, maybe you move your hand on your belly up so it's just below your belly button to find your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is a brilliant orange color. You can think of the color of the sun when it's just about to go above or below the horizon, when it's just rising or just setting. The sacral chakra is connected to our own power, where we find confidence, where our sexuality lives. So feel that bright orange light directly above your root chakra, and see if you can expand the radius of that light. Feel it glowing in all directions. Bringing your attention now above your belly button, still to your upper belly now. This is our solar plexus. And our solar plexus is a brilliant yellow color. And it's really where our source of self-worth and confidence and self-esteem comes from. So picture this beautiful glowing yellow ball, shining bright, stacking on top of the root chakra and on top of the sacral chakra. Feel any of the negative energy that is held in this chakra working its way down through the base of your spine, down your legs, out through your feet, letting go and releasing into the planet. Now we'll bring our attention up to our heart chakra. This beautiful green light that comes from our heart really connects us to the planet and to the earth. I feel like this is the chakra that's connected with the vernal equinox. Our hearts are growing, expanding, finding new ways to love ourselves and humankind. The people that we're stuck at home with, or the people that we're isolated from. Picture your heart chakra opening. It's shining forward, out in front of you, and it's also shining behind you. Picturing it coming out behind your ribs, behind your low shoulder blades. Really just shining love and light to every part of your aura, every part of your existence. And now maybe you bring a hand up to the base of your throat, connecting with the throat chakra. The throat chakra is a light blue color, and it represents our voice. How do we express ourselves? How do we share our ideas and our feelings with others? How do we connect by using our words for kindness and love? Picture that light blue orb Again, stacking on top of all the other chakras we've gone to so far. Feeling it strengthen, feeling that orb growing just a little bit. Now we'll bring our attention up to our third eye, the place right between the middle of our forehead. Our third eye is our source of intuition. It's our knowing. It's how we trust ourselves. It's that little voice in our heads that tells us what we already know we need to do, where we need to grow, what decisions we need to make. So bringing your attention to your third eye. See if you can picture that eye in your mind's eye. It's a brilliant indigo color. I've had teachers say that you can picture the eye, and if it's closed or open, it's giving you a message. So maybe if your third eye is closed, you gently encourage it to open. You tap into your intuition. You tap into the seasons, into the planet, into the energy you're gaining from your chakras right now. And you invite your eye to show you the way. And now we'll bring our attention to our crown chakra at the very top of our head. To me, this chakra is a combination of all the other colors, shining a brilliant, bright, white light, connecting us to the divine, wherever you think that might be, whatever you think that might be. Our connection to the universe. Our crown chakra is at the very top of our head. And it shines brilliantly upward. So for a moment, I'll invite you to just notice your chakras stacked one on top of the other. Trusting your intuition, rooting yourself down and connecting to the planet, and rising up and connecting to the universe above you. Feeling that beam of light shining all the way through you. As above, so below. Take one more moment and take a scan to see if any of your chakras feel like they want or need a little bit more attention right now. Is anything calling out to you? And if it is, use that third eye, use your intuition, and bring your attention to what's calling to you. Trust that you know within yourself what you need to do right now. Now bringing your hands down to your side, whether you're seated, lying down, or standing, we'll take one big inhalation, raising our hands up nice and high, getting a nice, beautiful stretch, feeling the energy from all of our chakras surrounding us, strengthening our aura, transmuting any negative energy into the ground below us. And we'll meet with our hands at our hearts, taking one final collective breath together to finish our practice. So a nice big inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. And I'll bring my thumb knuckles to third eye and I'll invite you to join me there. The light and the teacher and learner in me bows to and honors the light, the teacher, and learner in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be doing these every day at 5 p.m. So if you couldn't make it today, every weekday, at 5 p.m. So if you couldn't make it today, I hope that I'll see you soon.